The scene from Casablanca that I will talk about is the scene where Rick is sitting at the bar alone and has a flashback of good times with Ilsa in Paris. Lighting and camera angles help tell the true meaning of the flashback and the story as a whole. Here in the first scene where Rick is sitting at the bar alone, we see an example of low-key lighting. The only lighting that appears to be used is natural lighting, giving the bar a somber and lonely feeling. This describes how Rick is feeling, and if the director wouldn't have used low-key lighting, we probably wouldn't have understood truly how Rick is feeling in this moment. We learn that Rick is feeling very lonely and that he really does miss Ilsa greatly. Next, we see an example of an eye level shot. This contributes to the story by giving us an intimate and almost conversation-like shot with Rick. It helps us empathize with Rick and get to know his thoughts and feelings on his relationship with Ilsa. This is kind of when we really get to know who Rick is as a person. This is an example of a long shot. This is the beginning of Rick's flashback of all of the good times that he has in Paris with Ilsa. The long shot provided a setting for the flashback. Notice how his flashback seems almost dreamlike and how everything's just perfect. Here they are in the car on a perfect day, smiling and sharing an intimate moment. Then they're on the boat, once again having a great time. These perfect times they share together in the flashback indicate that these are times that are too good to be true and foreshadows bad or upsetting times are ahead. Here's an example of a high-angle shot. The purpose of this shot was to set the scene and to show everyone around Rick and Ilsa to compare their relationship and body language to the other couples around them. Rick and Ilsa appear to be much more close and more intimate than the others. Now Rick and Ilsa are back home and they're about to have an important conversation. In this movie in particular, the director liked to use over-the-shoulder shots. This makes us feel closer to the conversation and not just an outsider looking in on the conversation. This allows us to deeply understand the meaning of what the two are saying to each other. Right here is the example of the over-the-shoulder shot. From this conversation, we learn how the two truly feel about each other. And if we wouldn't have gotten that over-the-shoulder shot, we wouldn't really feel like we were part of the conversation. We wouldn't totally understand what they were saying.